Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Herb with an Arcade1up video. In this video, it's the follow-up to my Double Dragon Arcade1up machine modification. This was originally a Street Fighter 2 cabinet, and I converted it to Double Dragon. In the first video, I showed you I put the light-up marquee and the Raspberry Pi inside, but I didn't touch the wiring inside of the buttons and the controller. But I completed the project yesterday, so I'm going to walk through what I did. First thing I did was I took out the original Street Fighter 2 Bezel with the acrylic panel and got a new one put in. I went to Lowe's and they custom cut this acrylic panel for me for, it was like $30 for a really large sheet. I was able to make 2 of these panels for another modification, and also have enough for another marquee. So you get this really large sheet. It was like $30, and they'll custom cut it for you. Just give them the dimensions. The panel is 17 and 5/8 inches by 17 5/8 inches, and the marquee is I think 17 3/4 by 5 inches. And I got these beautiful dragon Bezel from Broadstreet Decals on eBay. They did a bang up job. I just got them in on Friday, and had to cut the sides and then apply it to the acrylic panel. The one thing that's a little off is the these instructions down here get cut off. This Bezel was actually custom made for me. They were selling the original arcade one, and I asked them if they could do a Arcade1up sized one, and they told me to take a while to do everything and do the control panel too. So they had the right measurements, but this thing here is a little off, but it doesn't matter. It looks great. So the next thing was the control panel, which I believe they did a bang up job with. It's beautiful. Very glossy, shiny. The buttons are like perfect. The original arcade machine was much wider than this, probably another 4 or 5 inches wider. So the graphics and button layout are different than the Arcade1up. So over here they kind of had to stick Spike's head, have it sticking out of the controller. And the original buttons were like punch, jump, kick, a little closer together. But they did a great job here. I mounted it in with the deck protector on, so you could have the screws here, the screws here. I didn't do the screw here because I didn't want to cover up Billy or Hammer's face over here. So I got these Joysticks and Buttons on Amazon using ETA Prime's link. His instructions were a little different than mine. He said in his video that to wiring up the LED buttons, that the red and the black were like opposite, but mines were actually red was red and black was black. So before you do like a wiring project, just do one button and see if it lights up, and then if it's right, then just do the rest of it. So I also got these coin buttons down here, so you hit them, player 1, player 2. I also put in this, I hope you can see it, it's kind of dark. It's the USB port. This is for like a keyboard, so I could access RetroPie, and also for another player 3 or 4 for games like Turtles. So you can see here's the original Street Fighter artwork. So also next I have these speakers mounted in here. This kind of differed from ETA Prime's video too. He used the amplifier. I just used these cheap computer speakers I had extra. and just plug it into the LCD controller, and the sound works great. And I used Velcro to mount these, so that's that. What else? All right, so let's play a little bit of Double Dragon. I think this is the Double Dragon bootleg because it moves pretty fast. There's no slowdown. So here's the guy. You can do some punch. You can move around. Do elbow, jumping, you know, kicking. So that's some Double Dragon, and I'll show you the RetroPie image I have. It's like this wolf something guy. I downloaded the 32 gigabyte image from Arcade Punks. This one's all like arcade games, and I have this favorites folder for all my favorite games. You know, so you could get some Double Dragon too. And yeah, so see here, I could turn up the volume. It's not that loud, but I think it's a little louder than the Arcade1up original. So I just put some coins. Player 1, player 2. You get to add player 2. It's hard to play two players with one hand. Alright, let me swap this out. So I'll use some other games. They got Dungeons and Dragons, Shadow of Mysteria, and I got Dungeons and Dragons, Tower of Doom, Final Fight, Heavy Barrel, Hyper Street Fighter Anniversary, got Pac-Man, Jurassic Park, and all of these other games. They got Marvel vs. Capcom. You play some Marvel vs. Capcom. So I really like the way this turned out. Can play all my favorite games. The controls are good. They look good. This control panel looks phenomenal. And same with the Bezel and the marquee. Oh, this is Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Alright, you get the drift. Alright, so I'll show you how this image is set up. It's got favorites, got your last play, it's got all these arcade games. I think there's like, how many games available? 2,282 games available. It's like Neo Geo, and you know, Atari, a bunch of Capcom games, you know, there's some Midway games. Like you got some Mortal Kombat, it's an NBA Jam. So, here you go. This is my Double Dragon Arcade1up modification. So let me know what you think, and have a good one. Peace out.